Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Monday, August 1st, and as I talk to you, the Leftover Alliance is meeting in the head of household room and pretty much deciding to possibly not use the power veto and to vote Alyssa out. So, there you go. I mean, they did some analysis. They decided that it makes more sense, and I'll try to explain it as best as they're explaining it to each other. I actually tuned into the feeds and sat there on part of my drive-in this morning listening to them for about 15 minutes here to kind of grasp what in the world is going on that they are talking about doing this. So, obviously, I'm not going to catch every little bit here because I'm coming into the tail end, and I read some stuff this morning, but then as I said, I just watched the feeds, listening to them talk about it, and they could change their mind again in the next, few hours, because power veto will be sometime this afternoon. It could be later or earlier, depending. It was at, I think it was at like 4 o'clock Eastern time last week. But if production, again, I'm still willing to say if production wants to and they want to speed it up, if they think they've got them locked in wherever they want it to go, they may call it quickly and go like, okay, they should do it now, because right now they're all primed to vote out or to use it or to not use it. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, Michael and Brittany have been very paranoid because of the bestie twist here, that they could get backdoored potentially as targets if things don't go right next week. If Nicole went and the wrong people won, and I can't even tell you for sure who at this point. Now, I know there's an answer, but my brain is a bit mushy. It's Monday morning. They feel insecure. They feel more secure if Alyssa goes because they think that Indy will pick them as her bestie, glom on. So it doesnbe seem to be that there's, maybe you can't make it 4, maybe you have to make it 3. I don't know why. I personally would choose a person to be a 4-person alliance or be a 4-person bestie group, because that increases your numbers. Although, can they not compete next week for head of household? I don't even know. Or can just not Monty? Yeah, I think. Anyways, all right, I digress. Point is, they're wanting, Michael and Brittany are worried about their safety next week, and they think that Indy might pick them as her bestie group if Alyssa gets voted out, because they think Indy likes Michael. And the whole point of all this is that way there's a option to get voted out if Michael and Brittany get nominated. So, yeah, that's the reason, because it'd be nice to have a shield to put up if we get nominated, or a shield to vote out if we get nominated. So that's where we're at with the power veto, and I'm just like, all right, here we go. They're going to keep Daniel and Nicole in for another week, possibly, and not break that up. But they're a bit fearful. They think that Nicole is on to them. They also think they won't be able to hide the Leftover Alliance very easily if they go through with this blind side. And so part of the reason for this switch up is to kind of try to keep the Leftover Alliance hidden. But again, Monty has been telling Alyssa and Indy that they were going to be safe. And when he did the nominations, he said, you're not the target, da-da-da-da. Now he's going to be going against his word. Kyle's been promising people certain things. And so there's just a whole, Kyle's going to have to break his word. Obviously, Daniel would be not necessarily breaking his word, but Kyle's been telling at least Alyssa, I know that yeah, I know you don't have anything to worry about. And now he's going to have to, you know what? And then they're going to vote Alyssa out. Now remember, she's not a jury member. And their plan isn't to keep Indy around either. So neither of them will be members of the jury. So if the plans worked out, or maybe Indy might be, because as far as they know, there's only two slots left for jury. So they have to pick and choose who they backstab to the point of, you got to get out the people that you think not only are the big competitors, but what about the ones that might mess up the jury if they make it to jury? Well, Indy, we kept Indy, but now she's in jury. Now she's sitting there just totally getting in everybody else's head in the jury while we're sitting here in the house. And so sometimes there are people that others want to get rid of because of jury votes. That person's going to just totally be against me in the jury, and they're going to turn the whole jury against me. And so I want them out before jury. It may seem strange to think that far into the game, but that's how some people are doing it. So that's what's up. Really yesterday was fairly tame and calm and nothing major going on. And this all started happening like 3 or 4 hours ago. Not even 3 or 4 hours ago. What am I saying? 2 or 3 hours ago is when this really kind of kicked into full steam. So I'm not saying with 100% certainty that they're not going to use the power veto, but right now they all seem on board with the idea, and they're just hashing and rehashing their options. They've actually got the luxury. This group of 7 is sitting up in the head of household room, going over all the options as a group. So it's only going to make them stronger as an alliance. And so whatever they come up with, they will be in theory on the same page, and they're going to come up with explanations on what to tell people. And I mean, they're thinking about, how do we play this off? How do we do this? It's at this point a very strong alliance, and obviously, again, it is either Taylor or Alyssa that's going. Actually, they've even talked about Indy going as a possibility too. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm sorry, I don't know how many different ways to analyze it. I think it pretty much sums it up. Is that the whole purpose of doing this? It hinges. I guess that's the one thing. This hinges on Indy picking Michael and Brittany as her bestie alliance. If Alyssa gets voted out and Indy decides to go for some reason with Daniel and Nicole, then what happens if Daniel, Nicole, or Indy win at a household? Suddenly, 3 of the non-leftover alliance members are off the table as far as targets, and you've got what you got left in Terrence? Is Terrence the one member that's left at this point? The one non? I think so. Glancing? Yeah. That would be the disaster for them. Unless they'll probably be thinking of that, and how do we get Terrence looking like make sure we can get Terrence up there, and then we can vote out. Terrence, just to make sure you have to get him on the block. So, all right, enough of that, folks. I'm gonna check out. It's a quick one this morning. It's a Monday morning. We'll talk more about what happens with the power veto. I mean, it's exciting and interesting. A lot is going on here, and if you have the feeds, you might want to check them out to check out the discussion, especially yet this morning, although they should be going to bed any minute. It is almost 5 a.m. in the Big Brother house, and so they need to be going to bed, but they aren't as of 10 minutes ago. They were still up talking. So I'm going to get this posted as soon as possible. Hope you all have a happy Monday, and we will talk to you tomorrow unless something really crazy happens between now and tomorrow. All right, be well, everybody. Bye-bye.